He was much heralded when he arrived at Anfield. It's taken a while for Naby Keita to get going, but in the last 2 games he's scored in Liverpool victories across the league and also the Champions League against Porto in the first leg of the quarter-final. Stevie, let's get your thoughts first of all on overall, how do you think he's done?
Let's be honest, we've got 5 games left and we're saying that he's beginning to pick it up. I mean, he hasn't done particularly well. He's had a couple of games where he's played back to back, but other than that, he's pretty much not been seen much this season. You know, I think in all honesty, Klopp will be a little disappointed in what he's got this year from Keita. There's no question that he fits the mould of Liverpool's middle three. He will get around the field, he will close the ball down, he will get the ball to the front three. But when they bought this guy, the idea was for him to then chip in with some goals as well. You know, he got 14 goals in 58 games in the Bundesliga. That's a great record for a midfield player. But he hasn't been able to do that not this season in the Premier League. Yes, he's got 2 and 2 recently, but it's a little bit late. So maybe he's going to be one of those players who will take a season to figure it out, fit in, and then maybe next year we'll see what Klopp thought he was getting from Naby Keita, and that is goals as well as a performance. Yeah,
he seems to be adding very much to the mould, as you say, of the players who are already there. How much do you think the goals in the last couple of games will help him in the run-in, really, to be decisive?
Well, I think they may be significant because, you know, I think Klopp's go-to 3 when everybody's fit and healthy is Ronaldo, Milner and Henderson. Keita scoring 2 goals recently, and I think Wijnaldum's dropped his form a little bit as well. So, you know, maybe Keita plays to the end of the season, maybe gets a break, and that may let Wijnaldum come back in and maybe get a couple of games. So I think right now, I'd be surprised if Keita doesn't start, just because he scored goals, he's going to be confident. I mean, goals for a football player are dust. And of course, as I said, Wijnaldum, I don't think has been at his best, so maybe he'll be sitting down at the weekend.
It's all hypothetical, but you said obviously, you know, really Klopp's favoured for midfield 3.
Yep.
If he delivers what you're hoping he delivers for the team, who would he displace? Who would he play alongside? Or what have you seen so far from him to suggest his best combination with the other 2?
Listen, I think at the end of the day, you have to say, is next year going to be a season too long for James Milner? He's coming to the end of his career at the highest level. He's not going to be able to play as much next year as he has done the previous 3 or 4 years. And so I think the obvious displacement is going to be James Milner. And by that, I don't mean just goodbye, see you later. You know, he will play, but I think maybe then Keita gets introduced a lot more often.
And do you see at the weekend against Chelsea, Klopp trusting Keita in the starting 11, given what he's done in the last 2 games?
Do you know what? I think that's a toss of a coin. You know, the 2 goals make a huge difference to why you would play Keita. Wijnaldum, he may not have been at his best, but you know what you get from him. It's a big game. He's produced in all the big games he's been asked to so far. So it's a toss of a coin. I really don't know which way Klopp will go, but yeah, I don't know.
All right, well, we'll see what the selection is come the weekend. A huge game for Liverpool as they entertain Chelsea. A massive title decider perhaps on the cards for the Reds. Will Keita play a part? We'll soon find out.